Hey guys, it's Jeff, and today Apple did in fact release iOS 12.2 Beta 3. Super sorry for the late video here, but let's go ahead and check out some of the new features, changes, and everything with Beta 3 of iOS 12.2. Now, one of the major things that happened with this beta update is the Apple TV remote directly from the control center has received a huge change. I don't actually have an Apple TV, but you can see that this configuration has changed in the control center. We have like a much more well-rounded remote here, which I really like. All the buttons here at the bottom are really well laid out, and then you'll obviously have a screen here for your Apple TV and all the options that you'll have. So definitely, if you have an Apple TV and you're running the betas, check this out because they have a lot of cool items here for an Apple TV. And also tvOS was in fact updated today, so I'm sure that will work well with this new configuration here. Now, one thing that I am not a fan of is basically to get out of here, it kind of opens up an entire menu. So you do have to swipe up just like you would any other app. It's just that big. So that's my only complaint, but I'm sure if I had an Apple TV, I'd get used to that. Okay, so let's go check out the Apple News app, and we actually have a new logo up here. So the Apple logo and then news comes up for the Apple News app. Really nice design there, and that's just one of the small changes that we can see here in beta 3 of iOS 12.2. Now, the next change also has to do with kind of like an Apple app, and that is the Apple Wallet. So if we go into Apple Pay Cash and just look at some of the more finer details, you can see here that there's a brand new layout. You can see your transactions and just that's basically all in a new layout, and it looks really nice. And that is specifically for the Apple Pay Cash menu. But you can also go into, let's say, one of our cards that we have loaded up here, and you can see that kind of look there also goes into any of the debit or credit cards you may have on file. So that's really cool. They have a really cool thing where you can just call your bank directly from the Apple Wallet here. So that's really cool, and it just looks kind of like a lot more clean, a lot more sophisticated here within the Apple Wallet. So I'm glad Apple has continuously made changes to the Apple Wallet to make it look just a little bit more clean. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about, I haven't actually mentioned it, but the build number and everything, like, where did you miss out on that? I actually was saving it until later because another major change has come in the About screen. So as you can see here, previous to what we were seeing in Beta 2, we have a really different About screen here. Obviously, we have a bunch of pertinent information, and then it's cut, and then we have the rest of the information here, and then we have our data information. So that's really cool. But one of the major changes that happened here was in the top portion here under software version, you can see we are running iOS 12.2, but everywhere else you don't see a build number for iOS 12.2. Well, you do just have to tap on it and it will show you your build number. So our build number today for Beta 3 is 16E5201E. So that does indicate we should have at least one more build left of iOS 12.2 betas. But yeah, that is the rundown on the new About screen here, a major change. If we go ahead and tap on the model number, you can see that it gives you the model number and then the more specific model number, and then serial number. Tap on that, doesn't really do anything. Model name doesn't do anything. But yeah, I think the major change here is basically going and tapping on the software version and then being able to see your build number. So that's really cool. And then down below here, we have kind of like a new configuration for the data, and you can just see your 2 data plans or just one if you only have one. But yeah, that is the new About screen. Go ahead, check it out. I think it's really cool. I think it's a slightly better looking design here, and I like just, it looking clean, and then you can go ahead and tap on it to get extra information. Now, one other change that I saw just before making this video was Airdrop. Now, typically when you airdrop something, it says received item, and then it'll show like a preview of that item. And I was sending a picture here, so it should have previewed, but now in Beta 3, it has the option to dismiss or open, but doesn't give that preview. So maybe that's a bug. Maybe I'm not running all of the software between iPad and iPhone. Maybe there's some sort of glitch there where if they're not on the same software, you don't give the preview. But I just want to let you guys know, if you are using Airdrop in Beta 3, you might not get a preview which you are kind of accustomed to getting when using Airdrop. But past that, let's go ahead and check out one other thing that I wanted to show you guys. In beta 2, all I was seeing is basically the charging info where the date is here. So glad to see that that bug has been fixed. The date and time are all the same here. And then also I have 2 data plans, and obviously one with Verizon, one with GigSky, and I use the second just for data, and my data was actually running very slow on the secondary line here. That seems to be fixed now. I ran a speed test, and when running beta 2, it was always extremely slow. Now on beta 3, that is really fast. So for any of you running dual SIM technology, your second line, if it was having any issues whatsoever, should be fixed now. But one of the other things that I wanted to mention was this is a very snappy UI here. I'm really enjoying the snappiness. I didn't really notice much of a change before from beta 1 to beta 2. It seemed like it got just a tad bit slower, just a little bit more smooth, but it seems like we're really quick here with the controls and everything like that going throughout iOS. So I'm really enjoying that. Everything feels very snappy and very smooth. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the performance here. Very quickly, I'll go ahead and show you some of the numbers that we got when running our Geekbench test. So this is today on beta 3, 22,396, and we'll kind of go throughout the history here. Obviously, our previous score on beta 2, very low. So obviously that snappy feeling that I was seeing here is translated within the benchmarks. And then we'll go ahead and check out the CPU benchmarks. The one that we got on beta 2 was 4786 and then 10,808. And then going into the beta 3 here version that we ran today, 4785 and then 10,477. That's pretty much all within the margin of error. So with the CPU, not too much of a change. That is to be expected, but in the compute, we saw a major change, jumping almost 3,000 points here. So that's really exciting to see that performance is still going up, yet we still have stability. So far in using this version of iOS, I haven't noticed any drawbacks, like any bugs, any glitches, or anything like that. Everything has remained very snappy. I think that the major thing that I'll be looking for in this version, which I'll give you an update of on Friday, is the battery life. So definitely get subscribed and stay tuned to get updates on kind of like the overall review of this beta version and all versions of iOS, just to let you guys know what's going on with battery life, performance, and all of that. So guys, that was iOS 12.2 beta 3. Unfortunately, we don't see any new wallpapers here. They all remain the same. We will likely see that in the official version, some new wallpapers, hopefully for all devices, both live and still wallpapers. But yeah, guys, that was beta 3. Let me know in the comment section down below how beta 3 is treating you so far. And if you have any questions, go ahead, feel free to send me those in the comment section, and I'll be sure to answer those as soon as possible. So guys, thank you again so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for your support of our channel, and make sure to get subscribed and hit the bell button as well to get updates as soon as we release content, just so you can get updates on the latest news. So anyways, guys, thank you again for watching. We hope to see you in some upcoming content, and we'll catch you in the next one.